I'm Shaun Anderson. I play drums in Saving Grace. We've been tracking drums for the last 3 days at Munki Studios here in Wellington. Let's move on. A few of the ways that I wanted to approach this album and make things a little bit different was having a lot more intensity on the drums, a lot more faster kind of rolls, bumped up a few of the tempos, a lot of 16th note long kick runs and things like that, just to basically boost that intensity. It's definitely taught me a lot about applying groove and thinking how can you make this groove a lot better within the metal genre, rather than how you can play really tight and mimic every other musician in the band every step of the way, kind of. So it's quite refreshing, and it's kind of definitely a new approach for me anyway. We've definitely taken a lot more influence from some of the older bands that we kind of grew up listening to, the bands that sort of got us into metal music. So I've definitely reignited the flame that is Joey Jordison for me, trying a lot more like bigger fills and that kind of stuff. And there's obviously like the classics like Vinnie Paul influence from Pantera and things like that. And of course, newer influence as well, like you know, the guys playing in metal bands now like Matt Gartzker, say with Animals as Leaders, and trying to incorporate some of those linear sort of gospel fills and stuff into some of the stuff, which is quite interesting. It's great working with Zack Ohren on this album. It's just a new perspective, I suppose, for recording and how to approach recording some of this stuff. He's made it incredibly effortless. Sweet, so I'm going to talk about some of the gear that I used on the recording. Start with my cymbals. I'm using TRX cymbals. Here I've got an 18-inch BRT China. Love this China, so quick but loud and kind of massive attack. I'm using two Icon series heavy crashes, a 19-inch and a 20-inch crash. The ride cymbal is an Icon medium ride. Love this ride cymbal, tons of wash, heaps of definition from the bell, and you can kind of crash it if you really, really want to as well. These are the BRT DRK hi-hats, 14-inch. So there's a bright, heavier top and then a kind of like a darker bottom on those. The drum kit I'm using is a Pure Masterworks drum kit. It's a 12x9 tom, 16x16 floor tom, both 6-ply shells with 2 plies of inner plies of birch and 4 outer plies of maple. The kick drum is a 22x18. It's 8 plies thick with 2 plies inside of birch and 6 outer plies of maple. And the snare drum is a 14x6.5, and it is 6 plies, 4 plies of birch on the inside and 2 plies of maple on the outside. Sweet, so drum heads I've chosen for this recording are pretty kind of standard for heavy music like this. I'm just using Evans G2 clears on the tops of the toms, G1 clears on the bottoms. I'm using a Hazy 300 on the snare side and a reverse power dot on the better side of the snare head, and I've got an EQ3 on the kick drum. The sticks I chose to use for this recording. I went and found like some of the heaviest sticks that ProMark make. These ones are the Abe Cunningham signature from Deftones, and they've been super handy in allowing me to hit insanely hard for this recording. So, kind of newfound love affair with these sticks. I've also been kind of using these little things which are absolutely fantastic in helping the cymbals to kind of ring out, little sim pads. So that's kind of like a smaller one that I put under my crash cymbals, which sort of helps them move around as freely as possible. Then I've got this other kind of thicker one, which is great for keeping the china in place when I'm kind of hitting it pretty hard. Sort of stops it from moving around too much and making it hard to play.
Yeah.